Welcome to our comprehensive guide on distributed deadlock detection. In this video, we will explore how deadlocks occur in distributed systems, the algorithms used to detect them, and the strategies to resolve them. A deadlock happens when multiple processes are stuck waiting for resources that other processes hold, creating a circular dependency. Understanding how to detect and resolve these deadlocks is crucial for maintaining reliable distributed systems. A deadlock is a situation where two or more processes are blocked indefinitely, each waiting for a resource held by another process. Imagine process A holds resource 1 and waits for resource 2, while process B holds resource 2 and waits for resource 1. Neither process can proceed, creating a circular wait. Deadlocks require 4 conditions to exist simultaneously: mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption, and circular wait. When all 4 conditions are present, a deadlock becomes possible. Detecting deadlocks in distributed systems is significantly more challenging than in single machines. In a distributed environment, processes are spread across multiple nodes that communicate through messages. There is no global clock or centralized view of all resource allocations. Network delays and message ordering issues can cause false detections. The wait for graph, which shows which process waits for which resource, is fragmented across different nodes. These factors make deadlock detection complex and computationally expensive in distributed settings. The centralized approach uses a dedicated coordinator node that collects wait-for graph information from all processes in the system. Every process sends information about which resources it holds and which resources it is waiting for to this central coordinator. The coordinator periodically constructs a complete global wait-for graph and checks for cycles. A cycle indicates a deadlock. While simple to understand and implement, this approach has significant drawbacks. The coordinator becomes a bottleneck and a single point of failure. If the coordinator fails, deadlock detection stops entirely. Network traffic increases as all processes communicate with the coordinator. The hierarchical approach organizes the system into multiple levels or clusters. Each cluster has its own local coordinator that manages deadlock detection within that cluster. These local coordinators then report to higher-level coordinators in a tree structure. This reduces the load on any single coordinator and improves fault tolerance. Detection happens at multiple levels simultaneously. If a deadlock involves processes in different clusters, the higher-level coordinators detect it. This approach balances the simplicity of centralization with the robustness of distribution, making it practical for large-scale systems. Edge chasing is a distributed deadlock detection method where detection is initiated by processes in the wait-for graph itself. When a process detects it might be in a deadlock, it sends a probe message through the wait chain. This probe contains information about which process initiated the detection and which resources are involved. The probe travels from process to process, following the edges of the wait-for graph. If the probe returns to the initiating process, a cycle has been detected, confirming a deadlock. This approach is fully distributed, requiring no central coordinator. However, it can be less efficient due to multiple probes being sent and potential false detections from phantom cycles. Constructing an accurate wait-for graph is fundamental to deadlock detection. A wait-for graph is a directed graph where each node represents a process. An edge from process A to process B means process A is waiting for a resource held by process B in distributed systems. Each node maintains only the portion of the graph involving local processes. Edge creation occurs when a process requests a resource held by another. Edge removal occurs when a process releases a resource. Regular exchange of graph information between nodes helps build a global view. Cycles in this graph indicate deadlocks. The main challenge is ensuring consistency across distributed nodes, especially when messages arrive out of order or are delayed. The Chandy-Misra-Haas Algorithm is an enhanced edge chasing method that improves upon basic edge chasing techniques. It uses process priorities to determine which processes should initiate detection, reducing unnecessary probe traffic. The algorithm distinguishes between different resource models, including single resource and/or models. It includes mechanisms to prevent false positive detections by using timestamps to avoid detecting phantom deadlocks. Only higher priority processes are allowed to send probes, which significantly reduces the overhead. This algorithm has been proven correct and is widely used in distributed database systems. It provides a good balance between accuracy and efficiency in detecting true deadlocks while minimizing false alarms. Once a deadlock is detected, the system must resolve it to allow processes to continue. Process termination is one approach where one or more processes involved in the deadlock cycle are aborted. The selection of which process to terminate is based on criteria like minimum cost, least amount of work completed, or lowest priority. Resource preemption forcibly takes resources from processes and allocates them to others. This requires checkpointing mechanisms to save process state and rollback mechanisms to restore it if needed. Transaction restart is common in distributed databases, where transactions involved in deadlock are rolled back and restarted with timestamp adjustments. Each strategy has trade-offs in terms of overhead and potential data loss. Distributed deadlock detection requires detecting cycles in a fragmented wait-for graph across multiple nodes, which is inherently complex. Centralized algorithms are simple but create bottlenecks and single points of failure. Edge-chasing algorithms propagate probes through wait chains to detect cycles in a truly distributed manner. Resolution strategies include process termination, resource preemption, and transaction restart, each with different implications. Effective deadlock detection in distributed systems requires balancing three critical factors: accuracy in detecting true deadlocks, efficiency in minimizing overhead, and fault tolerance to handle node failures. By understanding these concepts, you can design and implement robust systems that handle deadlocks gracefully and maintain overall system reliability.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.